You know, I've been outside. I've been cleaning up the yard, so I'm covered in grass and I probably smell bad. But I've been thinking about this video, and I've been thinking about this idea and this concept. So I decided to take a break, and we're just gonna do this. This is gonna be an existential one, I think. What is art? Hold on. No. What is art to me? Is it the definition? The expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as paintings or sculptures, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. That's the literal definition you'll get if you go to Google and just put art into the search bar. It's very crunchy. It's very Webster, but to me, really, as an artist, what do I define as art? What is art? Hold on. It's a good day outside. Come on. I've been thinking about this idea a lot in the past couple weeks, and while I've been writing this, and I've tried to boil it down to a very base level. And I think to me, at a very, very just base level, art is expression. And I'll tell you that I definitely didn't believe that for most of my life. It was when I went to Watkins and I realized just how many different kinds of arts that I had never even heard of. And I'll tell you, I was a bit of a snob when I came to stuff like performance art and things I didn't really understand. And I'm not saying I understand them fully now, but I try to understand them better. I try to understand all the forms of art, and I now have such a different opinion because if art is at a very base level expression, then is understanding really even required for art to still be art? And I don't think so anymore. But I will tell you one thing, I think. Itchy as hell out of here, so we're gonna move back inside. As I said, do you need to understand art for it to be art? I don't think so. Not in 2025 anyway. Don't get me wrong, if you're doing a realistic portrait in the style of Da Vinci or any of the hundreds of Renaissance era paintings you've seen because they're famous, then yeah, you need understanding because it's supposed to be representing something real, or a person that's real, or an event that was real, etc. Or a still life. It probably needs to look like the still life, and unless it's not supposed to look like the still life. So I don't think understanding is required. And, I saw people planking through holes in our weird walls at Watkins, and I didn't get it. And I looked down on it, and that was stupid. And, now I think art is basically any creative expression. It's expression, it's dance, it's performance art, it's music, it's painting, it's drawing, it's illustration, it's video game design. It's all these different things. These are all forms of expression that take learning, practice, understanding, failure, and skill. All of them take a certain level of skill and understanding to do. And that kind of brings me to the question of this video, and why I decided to make this video is an idea that came to me recently, which is probably not new. I don't think any ideas are new at this point, or most at this point, but isn't also any skilled expression art? Hold on, I have an idea. Let me explain this a little bit. So, you're probably thinking, Nico, what the hell's your point? And my point is honestly kind of simple. If any creative or skilled expression is art, then isn't almost everyone an artist? Trades, crafts, and more to me are also art. And in the end, art is dependent on the creator and subjective to the one who perceives it. Art. So, what is art? I think if I was to put it in my own words, it's creative expressions through a practice or a medium that you love. That's how I would define it. I don't know why I came back out here. It's still too hot and gross. I still gotta cut the backyard too. All right, you know what? Let's wrap this up. Last time we're gonna move, I promise. Last time. So I guess in the end, the message is do something you love. Make art. But until next time, I'm gonna keep making my weird paintings in my weird style. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.